Hidden under snowflakes, hidden under earthquakes, there's a girl I know. Crashed under waves and tumbled under shore sand. The girl, she's told she's beautiful. I know she's wonderful, and I know she's funny, and I know she likes her poetry. But what if I told you that underneath the burning cracks, it's just a mask, it's all just a mask. Hidden under snowflakes, hidden under earthquakes, there's a girl I know. Crashed under waves and tumbled under shore sand. The girl, she's told she's beautiful.
What is a biohack? A biohack is any intervention used to improve the qualities and capabilities of the human body. A biohacker is anyone who takes on the hacking mentality to hack their biology for whatever goals they may have. It's your cup of coffee in the morning, your daily meditation, and going to bed early. Knowing thy voice is the ultimate biohack. What do I mean by knowing your voice? Two things. One, figuratively, knowing your voice means knowing your morals and values. And two, literally, knowing your voice means knowing how the voice works and how to strengthen it. Why do I consider this the ultimate biohack? Here's my backstory. I was a highly anxious and insecure kid. Generalized anxiety disorder was what the first psychologist diagnosed. My childhood was a series of specialist physician and psychologist appointments, medications, scans, and a whole lot of confusion. Understandably, school was an emotional uphill battle. And actually, so was living. Fast forward to high school, and at the age of 16, the manifestations of anorexia and bulimia were in full force. After high school, things escalated and the anorexia spiraled out of control. I couldn't last one semester of studying anything without being admitted into a clinic or a hospital. Between 18 and 24, I found myself in the midst of what would become a metamorphosis, or how I like to joke about it now, my midlife crisis. I wasn't eating. I wasn't talking. I wasn't living. The body is resilient, though. And after 4 years of medical care and 24 hours supervision, I could start exercising again. As a kid, I had sung, danced, and played music, and thought that finding a dance class would be beneficial to my recovery. I phoned around, but instead of reaching a dance instructor, I reached someone who was opening up a new musical theater academy and asked if I would like to audition. I somehow said yes, despite my dire state. I auditioned, but I did not expect to get in. Until that audition, my world was small, confined to moment by moment, meal by meal. But for the few days I had to prepare for that audition, I had woken up with this sense of purpose. I had clearly connected to something that was authentic to me. Well, I got accepted. And last year, I graduated with distinction. And every day of the last 3 years has been significant for me, my recovery, and my life. I heard my voice, the literal and the figurative, and I began to listen. And the world became exciting. As a singer-songwriter and musical theatre graduate, knowing how to optimize my voice was important. I remember after my first proper vocal warm-up, I felt so lightheaded. But by the end of 3 years, my voice had developed into something strong and sustainable. And so did my body. It is fascinating how directly connected the voice and the psyche are. When I was admitted involuntarily into a government hospital for 7 months, never knowing when I would be discharged, I became mute. I couldn't talk, definitely not sing. Have you ever felt that choking pain in the back of your throat when you're holding back tears, scared, worried, unable to speak? This direct connection between the voice and the psyche makes sense. The nerve responsible for voice production is the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve connects our gut, lungs, heart, voice, and brain, and is a main component of our body's nervous system. The vagus nerve has become a buzzword in the health and wellness space due to its ability to put the body into a parasympathetic state. That is a relaxed, stress-free state. Nowadays, any effective and free tool to combat stress is essential. When we sing, hum, chant, pray, laugh, goggle, socialize, use our voices, we stimulate the vagus nerve and biohack our way into a parasympathetic state, the opposite of stress, where our bodies can rest and digest. Intentionally utilizing your voice connects you to your body, to you. In order to produce sound, we need 3 things. 1, breath. Inhale, exhale. 2, vocal cords, tiny folds of muscle and tissue. And 3, a head. Our vocal cords use the air from our lungs to vibrate, which creates our unique sound. Our voices are bio-individual, like a fingerprint, and give us insight into things like our age, health status, and yes, who we are. We need to nourish who we are. A life coach once asked me, if you are unable to nourish your authenticity, how do you expect to nourish yourself on a purely physiological level? This is why I am so outspoken about connecting to who it is you really are and connecting to your voice. Neglecting authenticity and suppressing your voice has psychological and physiological repercussions. For me, anorexia. The opposite of remaining actively anorexic was knowing my voice and wanting to listen to it. This was my formula to conquer an eating disorder. Not using my voice meant remaining stuck. The mere act of talking allowed the possibility for change. More than that, music and songwriting served as an emotional outlet. Did you know, in a musical, characters break into song when emotions are heightened, when words just aren't enough? I journaled, breathed, talked, asked myself, how are you? Genuinely, how are you? And remarkably, I found me. Life's ups and downs are inevitable. But just as drinking that cup of coffee in the morning helps wake you up and going to bed early helps you restore, so too does knowing your voice hack your way through the ups and the downs. How? Against the backdrop of daily stress, your voice not only calms you down, it connects you to you. Take that singing class. Project, hum, talk. Ask yourself, how are you? To remain unshaken in this rapidly changing world, it is even more important to know who you are. What does your voice sound like? What does your voice want to say? Only you can know this. And all you have to do is listen.
Hidden under snowflakes, hidden under earthquakes, there's a voice I know. Crashed under waves and tumbled under shore sand, the voice it's told, it's beautiful.